In a thrilling turn of events, Rick and Marty Lagina have made an astonishing discovery during their most recent excavation on Oak Island. At a newly chosen location, not far from a weathered old shack, the duo blended cutting-edge tools with the age-old mystery of treasure hunting. As they pushed deeper into the earth, the team edged closer to what might be not only gold but something even more extraordinary. What exactly was uncovered that stirred such overwhelming excitement among the crew? It's time to explore the questions that may have finally been answered through this newest dig. As the season came to a close, Rick identified a particularly promising site adjacent to an old shipyard garden. He expressed cautious optimism, suggesting this might be their breakthrough moment. Their approach was calculated. They weren't digging blindly but chasing clear clues. They hoped to find a concealed chamber or perhaps a buried vault. Plans were immediately put in place to drill in that very spot. Meanwhile, across the island, Dr. Ian Spooner and Dr. Fred Michael conducted their own scientific tests. Strange metals were turning up in their research, elements they were convinced did not occur naturally in the area. Water samples near the same shipyard garden pointed to something unusual, prompting them to drill at a new point labeled E5N14. Drilling 100 feet down, they believed, might expose not only gold but other rare substances. The two scientists are convinced that their findings are not mere coincidence. The data is pointing to a potential treasure zone, and their instincts back up the science. With years of field knowledge, they believe they might finally be standing over a site of true historical and financial value. The mood among the entire crew is electric. This might be the long-awaited success. As the drill was being readied, you could feel the tension and anticipation in the air. Could this finally be the moment they've chased for so many years? Everyone watched anxiously, knowing this was their final chance before the season ended. With winter closing in, they had no option but to find something now, or wait another year. The sound of machinery echoed through the dig site as the team speculated on what could be waiting beneath. Could they be near a legendary hoard or just another disappointment? Every possibility, from ancient coins to a historic stash, ran through their minds. But the mission wasn't just about finding treasure, it was about validating decades of research and hard labor. Their immediate goal was to bore down 50 to 60 feet, then begin drilling sideways in hopes of locating a tunnel, potentially supported by results from water samples indicating gold and silver. The team held on to many dreams. Perhaps they'd discover the original construction or finally confirm old legends. Each member had personal motivations: launching new ventures, achieving financial security, or simply wanting to make history. As they prepared for what could be a game-changing discovery, conversations turned practical. What would they do if they found something of enormous value? Who would they contact, and what would come next? While they rechecked equipment and reviewed detailed notes, the possibility of failure loomed. Yet, hope persisted. The continuous drilling was more than noise, it was the soundtrack of ambition. They stood ready, eyes on the operation, hearts full of anticipation, willing to risk it all for that one major reveal. Every year, Rick, Marty, Craig, and the rest of the crew wrap up another chapter in their Oak Island journey as cold winds usher in winter. Each season ends much like the last, with minimal results, rising frustrations, and piles of excavated earth. Even with sophisticated equipment and detailed maps that hint at something buried deep below, success remains elusive. As the operation winds down, the team begins the meticulous process of packing equipment, sifting through all the data and reanalyzing every last finding. Nothing is left unchecked. Detailed discussions follow, filled with technical debate and critical reflection on their repeated lack of results. Each person contributes theories, and together they strategize for the next season. Despite setbacks, each member carries their own vision of success and a firm belief that the next season might deliver. Treasure hunting remains a gamble, often yielding far less than hoped, but the lure of an extraordinary find keeps drawing them back. One particular theory points to a human-made tunnel that leads out to the ocean, which may be responsible for unexplained water flooding. An area they've named Aladdin's Cave, a large submerged hole, contains tiny metal traces and aged wood. While to an outsider these wooden fragments might seem insignificant, the team treats them like rare artifacts, proof of their determination to make even the smallest clue count. Much of this season seemed geared more toward building suspense than unveiling actual artifacts. Each excavation only seemed to raise more questions, while the team's credibility continues to face scrutiny. Yet Oak Island continues to entice, as much for its legends as for any real results. What truly fuels this hunt is not just the possibility of hidden riches, but the legends themselves, stories of pirates, lost manuscripts, ancient tools. These tales captivate audiences and lure countless others to the island. Despite frequent dead ends, each layer of soil brings a glimmer of hope. When large wooden beams marked with carvings and a possible Scandinavian pickaxe were discovered at Borehole RF1 in 2019, excitement soared. It felt like history was just beneath the surface. Yet even these rare finds remain largely speculative, often adding more mystery than certainty. Go back to 2017, and you'll find the dig at Borehole H8 where parts of the chapel vault were supposedly found, nearly 180 feet underground. Bits of parchment and leather stirred emotions, igniting conversations about what still lay below. Every such discovery sparks temporary hope, but usually, nothing conclusive follows. These seasonal cycles of excitement and vague revelations repeat without major breakthroughs. The treasure hunt began with two Michigan brothers chasing a boyhood dream. What started as youthful adventure has grown into a full-scale operation, complete with massive gear, large crews, and a non-stop film crew. Each tiny metallic object or splinter of would revive speculation about what could be hidden. The dream of discovering gold, ancient artifacts, or historically valuable items is always within reach, yet always just out of grasp. The mission has now become just as much about storytelling as treasure hunting. Season after season ends on a cliffhanger, promising that the next year might hold the big reveal. Perhaps the true value of Oak Island is not in its soil, but in the tales spun around it. The island is a stage for relentless hope, filled with relics of minor significance that fuel major dreams. These ongoing legends bring back viewers, tourists, and treasure hunters year after year. While big discoveries remain rare, each season delivers suspense, mystery, and just enough intrigue to keep the narrative going. Dig after dig, the hope grows, despite mostly turning up rocks and water. The island's draw lies not just in physical treasure, but in what it represents: possibility, mystery, and adventure. Every dig site offers a new chapter, adding to the island's lore. Oak Island has become a place where the search itself is the treasure. Every fragment found adds another layer to the tale. Modern equipment and seasoned crews now pursue what started as a child's fantasy. The team's unity, their shared dream, and their relentless pursuit are stories in their own right. What keeps this hunt alive isn't just buried gold, it's the belief that something remarkable lies beneath. As each season concludes, the island keeps its secrets close, continuing to inspire those willing to dig deep into both earth and legend. So the big question remains: is there truly a treasure of unimaginable worth buried on Oak Island? Or could something even more mysterious, possibly otherworldly, be at play? Share your thoughts below, and if you're fascinated by this endless quest, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the journey for more riveting adventures in treasure hunting.